Hi, folks. What's going on for a Tuesday? Let's get into it. Let's talk the big boy charts today. Start right off with Bitcoin. And what are you people doing with Bitcoin? What am I doing with Bitcoin? We're waiting. We're still waiting. Great to see everybody. What's going on? Welcome. Welcome, YouTube. Welcome, Twitter. Yeah, we're on over on Twitter now. That's great. Don't have to tweet it out, but we're here Tuesday, Thursday. You know, looks like 12:15 is our time. Great to see everyone. Let's talk Bitcoin right off the top. And here we are a month after the halving, and we haven't done anything. Waiting for this big inflection down here with HSI. So that's coming soon. Let's get that right. There you go. Look, that's what you want to see. Big up coming, but we're not finished. So the weekly is trying to bottom out here. 50 line on BTC, not there yet. So we're still early. We know that, but we're really close. It's not like something where you want to take your eyes off of what's happening and then just, think, all right, it's never going to come our way. So definitely need to consider the bigger picture time-wise. We're going to look back on this pausing much like we did back in September, October. You're just waiting for the turn up here, get out of the zone, and then start to go, not only for Bitcoin but for the whole complex of crypto. So a lot going on here, a lot to get ready for. Absolutely. I just think it's it's easy to get complacent. It's easy to just figure that nothing's going to happen when we're right there waiting for the turn. So absolutely looking good. Looking good. You just have to wait, be patient on this thing. There you go. Ever since the yellow dot we've had up there at 65.7, 66,000, we're going sideways, but what are you looking for in terms of price action? Some kind of 3-bar, 3-week range, and then break out of that. So even if this week is an inside candle or even nominally red, we're still in that time zone where, hey, can we at least get above a 3-week range? And that would still be 67. So, fireworks won't happen until you start to make progress like that. Yep. Great to see everybody. Welcome. Let's go jump to Ethereum. I want to wipe out crypto really quickly and get to some big patterns in major markets, but Ethereum is the other situation where 2880 has been our 4-hour daily level. A whole bunch of things down here, a whole bunch of patterns down here, and here you go. Let me blow that up. Looks like this. And then if I really blow it out here, we were looking at this, what was that, 2 weeks ago? Back at the end of April, we did the type 1. It came right back. Now we're here. We're right back where we were, which we knew this would be reaction territory. React, gets a pattern, comes back. All right, so now you're back for that final test. 2860, 2880, and look what HSI has done. Getting oversold again. Not the case on the daily time frame. Okay, daily time frame looks like this. Nothing really there. Not yet. And then we know the weekly. And I've mentioned this too. Look, this weekly, the fact that you're still oversold here on Ethereum, much like Bitcoin, that's what you're waiting on. Need to get that to pivot out. Until then, you're just going to go through some sideways drawdown. If we bring it back here, look, last time we were swimming oversold. You have to go all the way back to September again. Back here, as even August. Like it's Yeah, the reference point is August, early September, and then look what you did. You know, sideways, you finally registered like 3 weeks later, and you didn't get liftoff until another 3 weeks after that. Could be the same type of thing. Listen, folks, we're going to be doing a new session June 21 over at harmonictrader.com. And so if you have any questions, get over, take the free trial for the software to TradingView for 2 weeks. Right here, send your TradingView username to hpc at sr-analyst.com. And June 21 for all subscribers, owners of the software. It's going to be a crypto update. So do that, but join here and then become a basic member. Everything's there on the basic members page. Most of you know that. But the software info and then the resources. Oh, people ask me for videos on HSI and the like. Just click this library. And I would watch the courses and confirmation strategies. You'll see here, course number 3, stuff like that. It's all in there. Just check out that playlist. All right, back to Ethereum. So the big deal with Ethereum though is even amplifieds down here is under the 50. You need 1 week to turn up. So Ethereum kind of lagging a little bit more than some of these others, but still nothing changes. You know, you'd want to see 2880 just basically be a floor here going forward. Yeah, we'll get to GME, AMC. They're all nuts. They are all nuts. But that's actually a good thing. We want to be seeing that. You know, you want those to be running. You want the market to go into kind of a absolute crazy speculative phase. That's what we're talking about here. We're looking for a launch pad for crypto, for the markets. You know, where's the next push higher? We'll look at that in a little bit on NASDAQ and the S&P 500. For crypto, okay, has it really begun? Has the moon phase really begun? I mean, we got started here in February, but go to the weekly level. We're going to have to go into price discovery. And I would even think here, this isn't a bad thought for Ethereum. Looks like this. Yeah, let me get this as a slightly better angle. There you go. We're looking for now on Ethereum, we're looking for a C point. I think that's pretty clear. We can say that's a B point at an 80% because the tolerance will go 786 and then 382, folks, is exactly 2860. So that's the minimum metric we want to see for any MW structure, 382. Yeah, it relates to nature, relates to a lot of things, but look, 127 would be the corresponding reciprocal ratio of a B point at a 786. That's 6,000, but this has to be your C point. You're looking for C to give you an inflection, getting ready for that. Also oversold on HSI, so whatever this pivot is, it's going to be big. It's just, does it happen this week, next week, in 6 weeks? We'll know as soon as we start turning up. To get there, though, you need individual action. You need like the 4 hour to start showing us stuff. Anything on the 4 hour? Not much in terms of the wave confirmation yet. We have these patterns, as I said before. I'm going to be targeting probably, down at this 2858, that's terminal bar, or 2804, somewhere in here. We're just not we haven't set up the confirmation yet, even on the 4-hour. So the 4-hour needs to start going. Your daily time frame, they need to show us something. So, because the question is, did I miss it? People are wondering, is the crypto cycle over? Which is surprising. A lot of people wanted to sell everything about 2 weeks ago. But no, just setting up within the larger process, much like it did at the end of last summer. That's where we are. What's up, Neil? Neil's asking, what about Bitcoin dominance? Is it going to reach 60%? Let's look. I mean, we can apply the same strategies, techniques there. Bitcoin dominance looks like this. I have always said that this cycle is about Bitcoin more than ever. If you want to see that market run, Bitcoin needs to run. And it did that last time, but I think now more than ever, because of the institutional money, you want it to flow to Bitcoin and then flow to the rest out of sympathy. But there's your Bitcoin dominance chart. Look at that. Daily deep crab on the Bitcoin dominance. That's pretty interesting, but what's this doing? Type 1, maybe back for a 2, up to the 5688, maybe even closer to 58.49. Here's all-time Bitcoin dominance chart. All right, patterns are the same. You know, yeah, you have patterns here, but again, relative to, say, prior years, there you go. That's an all-time chart. Let me remove all the, just get some idea of where we are. Maybe as high as retest that butterfly at 65, 67%. And that corresponds, especially that inflection, essentially with the low, or at least the acceleration of the 2020 cycle. So yeah, I would think if we're going to get a corresponding signal where Bitcoin dominance peaks out, it's probably retesting that deep crab. So that could be a good metric to look for. Just keep your eye on. I mean, there's a lot of things to be considering at the moment. I think it's people are losing patience when they shouldn't. Let's talk about losing patience with crypto and XRP. So I still think this is another, it's a phenomenal pattern, phenomenal setup. Okay, let's get a good chart. Let me get the Binance chart. There you go. There's Bitstamp, yellow dot last week. It's the same thing across all of the platforms. And I'm still saying target this thing down here anywhere under 50 cents, because the daily patterns have been like this. And you're retesting this Gartley now where 44 keeps holding. No confirmation yet. That's disappointing. But you're really close. I mean, the patterns are there way before the development. We'll have to look at that. What's going on? A few more people rolling in. Great to see everybody. What's up, Joey? What's up, Rodrigo, Red, GT, Greg? Welcome, guys. Yeah. Show me some coins. I'll post some charts up here. Let's look at a couple of things that continue to impress. You know, let's check out some things that are getting closer. Like here's Blur and big patterns. We mentioned a few of these last time, now coming down into the big zones. Some of those T coins. Here's Beam. Okay, remember that one? That was a big winner. Half a penny up to almost 4.5 cents. Well, here's your type 2. It's under 2 cents. But they're there. I mean, look, that's going to be a 2 of 2. So in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you come down here and you generate a dot. That's for what we do. It's perfect. That's type 2. Couple more. How about that Gala? We're back down, retesting that 4 cent level on Gala. Another one. Big pattern. Gala's like this. It's right at 4 cents right here. Where's our Gartley? Or no, it's a bat. It's a bat right here. Daily is oversold. The latest HSI is like 3.8 cents. Wasn't there? There's like a 4-hour structure here too. We had some, yeah, there you go. So there's the big pattern. Bat pattern 3.9. I'd even say there's a little tiny pattern, a little padrino there. It's 3.9, guys. But you're looking. Look, this is the kind of setup where, hey, we have the pattern. It's completed. We've done some dancing. Now we're back there looking for this stabilize and start the turnaround. Like that one. Short. Neil wants to look at SUI. It's a little chop suey there. SUI looks like this. Where's that? 4-hour, 88 cents. We talked about that last time. Clear pattern. What about daily? Daily oversold. Okay. That's got the recipe we've been looking for all along. We're looking for longs. We're looking for daily oversold signals and dots like that. So this is the first set of signals on SUI since the last HSI. Come on back down, and now we have that 4-hour pattern right at the hop at 88.2. Believe me, the hop is one of the best structural measurements. Stands for harmonic optimal price. It is the maximum measured level that helps to kind of gauge any overshoot of a zone. And that's an overshoot of the zone, but you've got what you want to see. Do you jump on it? No, you can give it 2, 3, 5 bars, give it till tonight or tomorrow. You need to see structural development down here, but you're really close. 88 cents. I like it. Couple more. Pendle. That's been strong. Pendle looks like this. Crypto.com. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Nice one. Do you have the software? Hey, Dragon, do you have the software on Pendle? Because that's a great request. 4-hour Gartley with confirmation right at 385. What's the daily? Daily's checking back. Okay, this is a good one to look at because I've been saying let's wait for dots too. Look, there's oversold, and that's the first arrow, much like back here. But where's going to be the acceleration point? Usually not until we get some development like there or there. So we're checking back, daily oversold. All right, that's looking good. What do you need to see? And let me outline this. It's a great way to just develop patience. We talked about patience last week. A lot of people are frustrated. They want to see markets move. Listen, you have to be ready to trade the market when it is ready to be traded. And how do we define that? Completed patterns, confirmation. Okay, and a lot of times that can be boiled down into price action strategies. Here we have the check back. We're in an oversold area. How do I know it's going to give us a move? Maybe like the last time we saw bullish dots back here in March, we went from 3 and change up to 7. We're back at under 4. It needs 2 bullish days. So this is part of monitoring, waiting, being patient, letting the market give us the signals. And at this point, you need to see 2 up green days. Otherwise, you're stepping into some quicksand and drawdown not necessary. We're getting close. Couple more. Thank you. Yeah. Filecoin. All right. Filecoin is the other one. Beautiful pattern. Great stuff. These are great requests, by the way. And they're really phenomenal structural opportunities, except for where is it on Filecoin? Come on. I have a big bat. There you go. We're back to the data feed issue, but okay, let's walk through this quickly. We're here at the XA level. There's confirmation. But what happened? Well, great first attempt right here. I mean, that right there with T1 arrow yellow dot from an automated perspective for the software. Okay, that's 2 decades of work boiled down into 3 icons. What does it mean? Is that from a harmonic perspective, this is the place to start looking for reactions. React up, come back, retest. Okay, I can deal with that. But we went counter HSI. What does that mean? The reaction just kind of exhausted itself. At the moment, we're back at 540. Let's wait for the next dot HSI signal. It's under 540. You're close. And daily is oversold. What about the 4-hour time frame? Nothing really there yet, quite yet. I mean, it was a first shot, great. This is also where your 30 bar rule really helps. Like, is this making any progress within 30 days? Like this. There's the window. You're bar 32 and you're back into the zone. There's 30 bars right there. That's a great way to just ask yourself, like, let's say you're sitting in that trade. You bought Filecoin right at the 886, but you're going past and it goes sideways, and then you get to bar 30, which was yesterday since completion, still nothing. You could scratch that. You could lighten up, or you could look for the next signal. Usually, we should be hitting target 1 within 30 bars. Not always, but especially within 30 bars after confirmation. I mean, once you get confirmation, you should be going. That's the trade management side of any methodology you're going to get into. But we know where to expect reaction. We know where to expect reversals. This one back down. Let's look for a next reaction trigger. That's a little bit different than, say, hold on. Well, let's look at some reactions on the other way. Let's look at render, because it was a perfect Gartley last time we were here doing the type 1. And that is, there you go. I mean, that's render doing Gartley here, type 1, target 1, down to 9. And then look for that to come back over the next, I don't know, 2 weeks, month. Should dominate. The 1-2 framework should dominate render. Thought we'd get a little bit higher and check back, maybe even run to the hop. Not going to happen. This is going to be a 3-bar breakdown today. So individual price action, yeah, showing itself. First real big bar, 9, back down to 9. Back down to 9. And that was also, so you're back-to-back patterns with render here, as well as much as a lot of the Solana's another one. We'll get to that in a second. Hold on. Bear with me. Where it is. There it is. This is Binance US back-to-back. Type 1, bang. Target 2, bang. So that's what we're talking about right now. Yeah, on the Binance US feed, you're looking around 930. Back down, that's another 80 cents lower, and then we'll see. But even stuff like render showing us, hey, I'm not ready yet. I'm gonna probably do something like this over the next month. A couple others. Yeah, we're gonna look at Solana right now. Solana is another one too, depending on the feed. I hate saying that, but that's one of the realities here of crypto. You have the different data feeds. Depending on which data feed you're on, a lot of them are just target one. Some like this on Coinbase, that's a type 1, 153. Do you come back to 121? Maybe. But here's the problem. Binance is a type 2. So the Binance feed, which I really like, and I think it's probably some of the most volume, where I'm going to believe and really put faith in that kind of price action, where what happened here, HSI at 154 plugged it. So give me the next oversold signal. Not there yet. I mean, this is down under the 50. The point being, you're going to get another shot at Solana before a launchpad can ensue. And remember what's going on the weekly basis with all of these. Okay, HSI on Solana, that's the furthest along. It's better than Bitcoin, better than Ethereum. You've gone to the 50 line here. This is a big deal. Where you are right now on the weekly won't be official until Sunday. This candle is probably the most significant candle since the low. Is that going to be the continuation of what started all the way back here? That's what you have to be asking yourself. Is this the Solana launchpad? And is that 120, 130, or right from here? I'm thinking Solana's probably somewhere around 130, 135. Yeah, I would be. Look, another reason why we wait. Get the clear signal, and then we will know. I mean, we know we're early. That's the point. And half the battle is just lining yourself up with the market when it provides the signals. We're not there yet. Close. I like it. I want Solana, but in due time. A couple others, really phenomenal patterns that everyone should be paying attention to. Here's scale. Looks like garbage, right? I mean, hey, Scott, why? This was 13 and it collapsed, lost 50% of its value in 6 weeks. Are you crazy? A little bit. I've been known to be called that, but it's more like about the bat pattern with the dot. It's the bat pattern, as Mitch would say. And, it's checking back. That's a perfect structure, perfect pattern. Remember what I said about the other setup where automatically this is the software at work. 2 decades of my brain with 2 brain cells fighting for control. T1, arrow, yellow dot. Why? Because we checked back 1 green bar. Yesterday was kind of a green, almost perfect doji, but we know we're deep down in the hole here. I think it's right around there. What's the open of that bar? Around 6.9 cents or 6.8. It's down here in the 6 range. For this to go back, trigger, head back up to T1, 9.5 cents. What's up, Mr. Fisher? He wants to look at Engine Coin. And I agree, we should look at Engine Coin because it's like this. 28 cents. Gaming getting ripped. But where's my bat? We have a big pattern here. Go to the Binance feed. There she blows. Bat pattern. Engine Coin. Checking back now. You're scraping lows. 27 cents is the check back point. I like it. I need a dot. We're probably at 2 days. Go back. I can see precedent here as well. Go back to December. So Engine Coin went from 41 down to what was that, 25? And there was HSI. We still managed to check it back, and then the dot came before the acceleration. That's why we're waiting for the dot. That dot gives us the point where the signal's completed and enough price action has fomented to give us the starting point for some type of accelerated move. I'd say the same thing here. And I'd be happy with, I think you're down in this ballpark right where you are right now is a great place to be looking. And probably another day or two officially would be go time. Just draw your trend line as well. We're starting to scrape that. I mean, crypto, I really think crypto is inching towards that place where we resume the move. We resume the cycle the way people want. Yeah, H bar. How about that, Greg? I like H bar as well. We haven't triggered it yet, but should be as another high probability. Beautiful setup here. Where was she? I had a bat here back at 7. Hold on. Okay, there it was. Coinbase feed was looking for one more flush down to 7.5. There's other ones that are probably in a better spot. I'll still wait on that. I need to see something kind of come together on this one before I would jump. The where are the others? Was it Anchor? I mean, real. We're talking T coins, folks. Was it that? No, it was API 3. Here you go. API 3. Got it? Beautiful pattern, 218. What's the problem? The last HSI was a counter. We were looking for this retest, but I'm looking under XA for a trigger. Confirmation. Weekly. Also. Daily pattern. This API 3 is oversold. Okay, we need an inflection up. Spending its time just going sideways in the weekly HSI. That will turn up eventually. Not there yet, but once we get that turn up, you got the patterns. You'll have weekly oversold. Not to mention, another one is simply complex structure. That's also another way to know that you're early. Your internal relative strength readings haven't even turned up yet. You got to wait for that. You're deeply oversold. And we know how quickly that can play catch up. It just needs to give you an inflection. You need more data. I mean, you just need more data. Otherwise, you're stepping into potential drawdown. We did Gala. And Gala is 3.8 cents, 3.9 cents. ICP is here's on Coinbase feed, not oversold yet. That's the weekly. I think daily is. Nice. Daily dot there yesterday. First time. Literally with that daily dot as the first dot we've seen in all of this since you got to go back to the lows here. So daily dot around $11. Anything 4-hour pattern? Not really. Kind of. Not much down here. A couple of patterns in the back, but like a lot of these, you're a little bit, a little early, still early. Yeah, what is up with Binance Coin? Well, I mean, we know there was a big weekly pattern up there. Yeah, look, Binance Coin, remember? It's a big shark. It's a big bearish shark right at 590 or 600. There it is. Oh, when we got the dot. So was that in on Sunday? No, that's this week. So here we go. I've highlighted this pattern in Binance Coin. It's at least 2 weeks ago. But we're getting the dot today. Looks like we're going bearish with, we're down what, 27.95 now down on the week, but this is what we're looking at, and break down the zone. A lot of people ask me, okay, where is the actionability of patterns? I bring them back to saying, all right, did the software generate T1? Do you have the arrow? Do you have the dot? You can trade the reactions, but in my opinion, why we developed that is the dot gives us that ultimate price action trigger where we can look for this thing to continue to target one. So that's probably, you go to Sunday on that. If it's a bearish close, it has to be a bearish close. The fact that we've gone and sideways, we're here, what, 8 weeks, almost 10 weeks, right around 600, can't go higher. Yeah, I mean, that's telling you the zone is sticking. No need to chase anything there. Not until you get something. Can we have a 4 hour? All right, there's a 4 hour. Oh, there was a pattern. But even the 4 hour structure is low. It's like lower, 550, 540. Come back, retest 555. Yep. Couple more. Don't know. I don't know those. What's OM? On what's that? On Binance? Don't know what that is. But I'll look at it. OM. Great. There you go. 6 cents to $1. Can't really do much with that. Not even daily oversold. 4 hour. I've got nothing there. Nothing. So no thanks. What's the hold on. Let me go back up here to, what was the other one? Was it, let me go to total indices. Just go to total here. Oh, someone wanted to look at near. I forgot that. Yeah, I wanted to bring that one up too. Here's near protocol. Holding up quite well, you know, but you're here, a couple of patterns, bat pattern around 740. Remember this, though, we got to go all the way back here. Near protocol, we were looking at that at like $2. Let me get the, there's Coinbase. Where's Binance? There's Binance. Okay. That's a good one. I like near because near has reached the all-time 382 by the halving. Remember this? You go down. All right, which ones really can go back and challenge all-time 886s like at $18? Where is that? Exactly to the 382. So you went to the 382, you paused down. Now you come all the way down, you're at the 50 level, almost perfect 618. Set up the bat. 886. And that should be your C point right there. Where's the daily? Yeah, daily, okay. At least daily's oversold. A couple of triggers down here. You're probably, your next support zone is still 6. You're at 7. Yeah, you're dealing with some bearish patterns. Squeeze between 550 and 730. But I like that one. I would wait, get that, let that come down. Let that come in and get a retest. But that is one of the ones that I think, you know, you could be doing things here. The obvious daily spot is $6 for that next jump up. One more, Mr. Dragon, and then you are done. I'll give you RWA. Yeah, no one can get that one. RWA. I know people are talking about that, but is it really Rug World Assets? I don't know that one. I'll take your Algo, because Algo is another one setting up. It did a run. Okay, coming on back. Shark to 5.0. But daily isn't even oversold on that. There's Algo. Algo, here's one that did not even get to the all-time 382. So I know Algo had a pretty spectacular run last cycle. Here you go. If Algo was able to pop to had it popped 115 or at least above a dollar, then I would think we could do something like that. But look at where you are, and a couple of yellow dots. And I say this to kind of help people technically, harmonically sort out what candidates really are the ones to be looking for that are in position. And even this, look at the daily level. It's just not there yet. There's, your last reading on HSI was overbought. So again, not too crazy about that. And that definitely shows us the difference between something like that versus like Solana. Or here's the last one, or like Avalanche, which AVAX is another big one to be waiting for. Looking for the retest of the crab at 28. That's a big deal. Despite the fact that we did this, what I call a looping return, you go up, come all the way back down, 28. 28.19 is the exact number. And I would be focusing on that exact level. Hey, how do you go? What's going on? AXS, Axie Infinity, same deal. I've looked at those. They need that retest. Axie a little further along, just hasn't registered confirmation yet. But they're all coming in there. I mean, a lot of these have those kind of setups. We get the pause, we get the full type 2 retest. That's the launch pad to be considering where you could do the bigger things. Easiest way is, what's the last HSI? Is the last arrow up or down? Like this. You come in there, last arrow is down, HSI. So I need to see a zone hit. I need to see something trigger on the bullish side. I think it's 28, and I'll stay for 28. I've been waiting for 28 for a long time on that one. A lot of people are talking gaming. No matter what, we have to get harmonics to line up, set up a pattern, confirm it, hit it once, react, come back, have the reversal, and then go. And we should be going after this. We finish this. Total index before I get out of here looks like this. 218. 2.12 is the big number we've talked about for a while, and here it is. There's daily. Weekly is here. Okay, weekly, check out what's going on with HSI weekly. We talked about this last week. It's actually lower than the low. So total crypto index, if we're talking harmonic measures, is, I think, a lot deeper oversold, and it almost suppressed, I would say, where this is an odd reading. The fact that we're like minus 20 right down here. Let me blow this up. That's so significant. It's actually surprising. Tells us that a lot of air is getting let out of the tires in here. So we're early, we know that, but it's a remarkably oversold condition that, if you go back to prior examples, we don't have too many. In fact, we're back to registering one of the lowest signals we have seen ever in the index. That's a big deal. What does that mean for me and you? Do you just buy it automatically? No. But what it does mean is that next inflection, whatever it is, is a huge recovery move. So that's coming. That's coming. I think it's tough to be down here and want to hit the, we all want this to be in like yesterday. But this is telling us, all right, just be patient, hold on. Rain is going to break pretty soon. Don't jump out. Don't jump outside just yet without the umbrella. But when we do, okay, this thing's going to open up. Also, big deal. Again, these are subtle moves, but they're coming at a spot where you could easily overlook it. But this is really significant. You have an M formation here. We hit the 50 level, folks. That's incredibly significant, because that means we can start looking after this bar for this next inflection. Is it here? Or do we slide in a little bit lower? I think we're pretty close. Wherever that next inflection is. And a lot of times it'll show up in individual price action where, remember what I said about the 3-bar range, 3-week range, whatever. In this instance, if you want to know where the crypto cycle is going to resume, well, 1, 2, 3, or even 1, 2, 3, it's above 242, 2.42 trillion. Then you can really jump back in and say, all right, it's starting again. Not there yet, but at least we know the spot to be looking for. If we get an inside week or a nothing week this week, we're going to be moving this down. And then last week's high at 235 through 36, that's your trigger point. Go back to the weekly chart on total. It's another B point. At this one, not quite 886, but does this set us up for, can we get a 382 or no? Is it like this? There's XAB. That is an 886 in terms of the patterns. Where's our 382? Exact 382 is more like 1.96. Why? To get us the crab pattern or deep crab pattern that takes us to price discovery, takes us to the 1618. Yes, those are still, that's still the targets. These are still the cycle objectives, all right, with the minimum date being January, this upcoming January, and that has been the deal since last year, since last fall. A couple more. That would set us up structurally. C point at a 382, that is lower, no doubt. That's like 10% lower. We'll wait to see what happens there, but the weekly time frame, again, critical minimums getting hit. And that's where then I'd be preparing. Okay, what's the next pattern? Give me the 4-hour. Remember, 4 hours daily oversold. 4-hour patterns, daily oversold like that. And that 4-hour pattern is 210. Oh, note, the 4-hour crab pattern, hop level 196. Something's up. Something's up. We can wait on this. 4-hour is still oversold here. Get the picture? Okay, yes, we all want to be jumping on this, getting ready for the next leg higher. And it's getting closer and closer. But we can wait on this. Wait on 4-hour HSI. Wait on your weekly. All of that coming together. What about the stocks? What about like Coinbase? Or what to make of GME or AMC? Are there other meme stocks we should be looking at? Here's Coinbase, 4-hour chart. Remember, daily, no, sorry, it was a 4-hour pattern on here, down here on I think we were looking at 215 area. So I said last time. Hold on. Coinbase was I know we were looking for that 215. Maybe it was the hourly. Yeah, hourly. All right, good. Not quite 4 hour, but I knew Coinbase and MicroStrategy a little bit different. MicroStrategy has patterns on the 4 hour. Here's the hourly, and you're down here 192. I think you're getting close on that. You're right at 200. What about, let me see, the 4 hour? 4 hour is HSI. Did give us the inflection. So close. Another one. And this is the first 4 hour HSI since the last bearish signal. All right, and this is really common. You get this kind of a signal. You go from bullish to bearish. All that means is small reaction. Wait for the next signal. There's a lot of these that are like that. Let me go to, why not? Let's dive into some of these meme coins things. So GameStop and some guy named Raging Pussy just came out with some kind of Twitter thing for the first time in a couple of years, I guess. He says GameStop is a buy. Oh, Roaring Kitty. Sorry about that. Here is GameStop on the daily or the weekly. I mean, look at that. You were 60 or 70 in the pre-market. You never chase this stuff, folks. GameStop on the daily was, look at that butterfly. Now, would I have touched that? No, because look at this. Look at this. Okay, a lot of these patterns, all just reactions. So whatever's going on here, you'd have to almost break it out to the weekly. And it's a big impulsive candle. I would think anything like that, hey, if you're not in on that off the lows, it's a really tough proposition to be chasing that. Here you go. Something like this. Come on back down. Yeah, I think GME, don't get caught up in the hype, guys. This is such a problem in this current era. I think with the Twitter and the social media, you have, it's just so easy to get caught up in like, hey, I got in on this at the low and now it's up 5x in a week. And you're like, okay, I'm feeling pretty stupid. Maybe I just buy 1,000 shares. I felt like that yesterday with AMC. I didn't touch it. But GME, that's just a one-off thing. So a real opportunity there? No. AMC, I think that's a little different story because AMC historically, it's a blip on the chain, and we got to look at prior patterns. I mean, look, we had, and I think some of you that were in here know about what happened. This was a really big winner for us on AMC. We were in it before the roaring whatever guy, the roaring cat. And there was a pattern here. In fact, let me see if I can find it because it really was, it was pretty crazy. I basically put up there Harmonic everything. What was that, 2020? Let me see if I can find it. And same type of thing here, but look, that was 12 in the pre-market. Now it's lost half its value. And here we go. Oh, there it is. Wait. Hold on. Here it is. Okay. So we got to go back to 2021. Yeah, 2021. It was this pattern. And that was before the split. Okay, that was amazing. January 15th, 2021. And where was the other? Yeah, pre-market 5, $9 target. Okay, we've been here before. That was amazing. It really was amazing. But look what happened again. I mean, we went up and all the way back down. And now again, back at $6. Is there an opportunity here after this little blip? Maybe. That's why I never want to chase anything that's gone ballistic like that. It's pretty much here. Okay, look. Will we get a type 2 all the way back at 265? Yeah, we very, very well could. You're at $6 now. By definition, that would be the type 2 after the completion of that crab pattern. So treat this as just a ridiculous reaction, which it was. I mean, 12. Now you're 6. Everyone's trying to bail out anyone that tried to chase that. Like, even if you weren't in that before yesterday, if you got in that yesterday or today, you're looking to bail out because you're looking at this like saying, oh my God, it's going to go back to 2. So, don't take advice from stray cats. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, big stuff. You want to see this kind of thing pop off, all right, but don't get caught up into it. What are a few others? What about, I haven't talked about this forever, BlackBerry. I saw that pop. What a piece of you know what. Okay, really nothing there. Let's get perspective. Amazing. BlackBerry should be Apple. That's the incredible thing. There's BlackBerry, nothing. It's a nothing burger. What about some of those cannabis stocks? We want to speculate, like CGC. Last time we looked at that, that was 12 or 13. Now it's back at 9. Now you have this is a massive pattern here, but you have to go on the last trigger. And that last trigger is down at like $1, $2. There you go. So you can't be chasing crap like this. And it is crap. I mean, it is total crap what they did that industry. They had a chance to legitimize it. They don't want it legitimized. They don't want people doing safe harbor banking. They want to keep this quasi illegal. But is this an opportunity, or how about some of these others? Like Tilray. These are real low floater style stocks. Nothing there. In fact, even on the last pop for Tilray, look at that, it was 260 split adjusted. Probably needs to do another reverse split to stay on, NASDAQ or stay on the exchange. There you go. Couple of patterns down here, and I bring this up. Why? Because when things like this pop, it is easy to follow the crowd and say, all right, just, buy me 1,000. I don't care what happens. I want to play. When really you just come in and say, what's the last signal? Even if you can't identify the patterns, what's the last arrow, up or down? Down, down. And the way to think about that is, okay, if that's down, or if I even have to deal with a bearish arrow, I'm probably just reaction territory no matter what. Let's look at some other things that are reactions, but possible reversals coming. Tesla. Oh man, there's my dyslexia again. Not TL, TSLA. Dyslexia is a bitch, man, I'll tell you. Especially undiagnosed dyslexia. That was like my first 6 years of my life. Crab pattern, folks, on Tesla. Now, I've been a little skeptical, especially when we were right at the hop about 2 weeks ago. I was thinking, yeah, maybe some kind of reaction bounce. Okay, and that's what it did, but no follow through. But the longer this holds up here, and we could stretch out, can we put in a higher low on Tesla at 165, 168? Would be incredibly significant. You go to the weekly for Tesla. Several back-to-back patterns. I say we're coming up on probably the biggest opportunity on Tesla since 2023, 2022, like there. And that was a type 1. Come all the way back down. I'm looking for this next retest to be a big deal. Couple more. The big ones. Well, what about NVIDIA? Big weekly HSI. Remember that? Now 907. All right, here's what we're looking at. NVIDIA has got to retest all-time high at 952. That's your immediate perspective. The fact that we have HSI at 817 weekly, and that's the last time we've seen it since all the way here back in September, is critical. I mean, that's a big continuation, bigger than it seems, and especially after this huge run. I mean, sometimes it's not easy to decipher that and to see, okay, is this really an opportunity after rallying up 400%, pulls back 20, 25%? Yeah, same kind of a deal. And there's a daily. Earnings are they this week? They're next week. They're a week from tomorrow. And your 907, 908, look, play it for the move to do this, connect the dots, Gartley, to the 886, something like that. And then what you're looking for, that's like 945, 947. You're looking for the breakout to blow that out. That should get you going. Blow through there, and you want to see this for the whole market. I mean, you want to see, NVIDIA is the leader of this bull market. No doubt. For this decade, NVIDIA is your top tech player next to Bitcoin, quite frankly. I mean, the top 5 for the decade so far would probably be Bitcoin, NVIDIA, Meta, Microsoft. What else? I don't know, maybe another one of these semis. But NVIDIA still up. And that's a weekly, high-level weekly HSI. You want to see that continue. Now, a couple others. What about Meta? What about Amazon? Are these doing something bigger? I think Meta's, Meta did put in this weekly HSI on Friday's close. What does that mean? It's another potential high-level continuation. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Zuckerberg either, but the stock is a trend monster. And so that is at 453. You're 468, just like back here on the weekly. And then you have to go even further back down here. No pattern, but you're in this clear channel, and that's your low. I mean, the post-earnings announcement, that was a shakeout. We go at least back to the 886. I think you're talking 520 or higher. I mean, this is not out of the realm of possibility that what happened in 2022 was just one massive retracement. It's probably the biggest since the IPO started, and we can shoot it like this. One massive ABCD would be like this. Okay, down here, 20 bucks, 385, all the way back down. I mean, perfect 786. ABCD. Where's that? Around 500. Minimum, what's the 1618 there? Right there, like 555. That would be the top end. Looking for a retest of 500 easy. The bigger deal will give it more time. I mean, this is technically, take a look. For the quarter, we have a bearish candle. That's the first bearish quarterly candle since the low. And we'll see what happens by the end of the quarter. If that went bearish, okay, I'd start thinking about that in July as being, that's it for now. What about SMH? Semis. You know, guys know I've been really raging about semiconductors since October, maybe even longer. There's your quarterly chart, massive. That should not quit. Here we had the weekly at 197 for SMH. You see how that's already continuing. Big stuff there. Big stuff. That's running back up to retest the 886, like 230, 235, easy. And remember this, okay, the daily. It was a shark. Or no, this was a bat. There you go. Bat. Now, last couple of days, I'm thinking 225, 223. Trying to cap it at target 2. Do we get a rollover back down? We're going to know. If we close above that prior high, it's a fail. Like by today, where are we currently? We're 225.41. You close anywhere above this level, that's big. That says this thing continues. It's not going to roll over. At least you had a little bit of pause there. You know, the market has been like that. Let's look at the futures. Who said that? J Trader, what's up? Because that caught my eye. Because yeah, I did want to talk about NASDAQ futures, not only weekly, but this five-minute action. NASDAQ futures, first of all, weekly chart is a big deal. Okay, the weekly chart is this, and if you didn't see it or you don't have the software, you're not going to be aware of the fact that you're at a major level, the hop level 18,339. We're retesting it. We retested it this morning. We're up here retesting it after basically getting capped back in the beginning of March. The QQQ is probably even better to show that. But now we're dealing with this weekly zone. My question is it going to be like that reaction from back last summer? Beautiful type 1. We didn't get to target 1. That was a shame. That would have been ideal. But now we're back retesting up here at the hop. That should be it on a weekly basis. But we just ran into things like this. So the daily crab pattern we talked about, okay, we were looking even so close for a perfect type 2. If that was a type 2, I would say if we would have got back for the retest at 1720, I would say, yeah, this has got everything behind it to really take off. But for now, I'm just going to look at the 886. You have bat pattern up here. You do have some things here. Software is kicking out of Gartley, which is okay. It's kind of off this intermediate high. If you go off the all-time high, it's like this. There, connect dots, 886 is. It's right at that hop level. So 18,550 is where the likely move will end. Or think of it this way. I'm targeting 1855, 18,555 for tomorrow's announcement. CPI tomorrow, right? CPI tomorrow. Look, we should get the follow through up to retest the top end of that zone. Then we'll really take a hard look at what's going on. We've been looking at this. Probably best is to show it in the Qs. The QQQ, the big numbers, 445 on the top side, 424. All right, there's the 4 hour. Nice little dot, hop at 447. But look, here's what we have. It's a big structure, hop level, 445.47 for now. Shark, still up there. Listen, we will come back in here probably by next Tuesday. And we're going to really be able to start to digest, is this it for now. Is this as high as we go, or do we continue? We're really close. After that first thrust down, okay, on the weekly chart, was just a minor blip. It was a 1 week deal. 445 straight to 424. It was actually 416, 415 on the low. This is your whole zone for the summer and for the year. You want to see this thing take it out. That's why I'm looking for and encouraged by speculative craziness like AMC or GME. You want more of that as this continues higher. And it would be like this. Okay, let's see where we finish up on the week. But this is a big retest. And it's the first, I would say it's the first big retest of the zone that could potentially hold. And I think this is literally the first time I'm talking about a bearish zone with the potential of holding. Remember, there's always going to be plenty of time when we hit our levels, because it's never about one price or one inflection. You know, you hit the number and then roll over. And I go back to this huge initial completion. That was the 886 from last year at around 387, 388. And even with as strong of a reaction that was last year, we knew the whole time that would be a move down, retracement down, and some kind of retest. So now we've had the retest, 445, 47. You know, you need to kind of be prepared for this. I mean, we're really prepared for the one of two scenarios. You stop going up and you screw around for a few more weeks, and then you get even more frustrated, like, okay, why aren't the Qs going now? They're not going because 445 is a major cap level. Are we going to get the 1618 breakout? If so, we need to see some real fireworks. This week has to continue, dare I say, up to that and break through on the test, the 886. That's also critical because the week or the bar that hits the number tells us a great deal about what can happen. Like, here is the 886 from last year. All right, that was the exact week that Shark hit the 886, and you had a bearish candle. Okay, led to an 8-week, 10-week correction. Seemed like a lot, even though it was just a retracement with this long-term trend. I'm going to say the same thing about this, and we'll talk about that on Thursday. All right, because we're getting really close. If we want to see crypto moon, okay, or want to see this breakout now in the next week, 2 weeks, where 445, 447, you close it, you go above 450, and then you do the march to 500. That's been the big deal. 505 is the weekly 1618. Okay, this is important for crypto, important for tech stocks, important for the whole bullish run that started back in 2022. That's a huge point. Technically, where you are is a big 113 retracement of the all-time high. It's a multi-year retest. I would say, let's go to the quarterly chart. All right. Think of it this way. There's the big inflection from 2022 before the correction. Comes up on the quarterly chart. Is this what they call a shake in? Meaning it runs right back to the all-time highs, goes to like the 113. It's an impulse wave. You need to clear that out. Need to close above that prior high, which is 449.34. Has to happen before the end of June. If that doesn't happen, especially on the quarterly chart, we're screwing around here and we don't make progress by the end of June, I'm going to say, okay, we need to think about some things here going into the second half. But turn bullish, And I think that still can happen where this quarterly candle becomes a green candle and closes above 449, then it is on. Then your full on 1618 extension will be realized in the second half of the year. The SPY, yeah, Daniel, SPY is same situation. We're up here. 1618 on SPY is like 560. And the daily, weekly, what was there was a daily situation here. Hold on. There it is. You're at the 886 right now. Don't know why you don't have, I should have a pattern right here. But great one to look at. Look, we had a shark back in April. All right. But now this is at the 886, basically 520. That's hitting, and check it out, 2 days, 2 bearish candles. This is what we call the terminal bar, folks. Right here, 2 days ago, on Friday, you hit the 886. What happened yesterday? No follow through. What's happening today? No follow through. That has my attention. Those are critical formations. No confirmation yet, but look, we're overbought on HSI, but we haven't given an inflection yet. It's really close to at least saying it doesn't want to break out just yet. We know that it'll clearly be above. If we're going to break out and accelerate, yeah, you're going to have to do it this week. I mean, you have to do it. I think by Friday, you better be above this range. And there's your weekly chart. Getting really, here you go. So we need to close above this. This needs to be a bullish candle by Thursday, I would think, and resume the uptrend. If you can't, and again, we could go sideways for a couple of weeks, that would be just more fuel for a larger pause for now. Still, long-term stuff doesn't change. Look, market is still in a massive long-term uptrend. Go back to this. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to fight something like that, but we're not going to get complacent when we can't accelerate through the really clear levels that we need to. And again, you come back on the weekly time frame. Where's the S&P futures are like this? Here you go. There you go. It's a big crab pattern. Software is kicking out the crab on the futures. We talked about this last time because we had HSI go on the weekly still up. So again, I'm not jumping to a bearish case yet. What I'm saying is we have a critical test of all of these levels that have to do something forceful to the upside, and looks like S&P futures want to retest 5328, which is that shark 1618, and that would be fine. But it needs to really explode to take this stuff out, and then it'll be obvious. I mean, it'll be almost surprisingly strong where it needs to be, and then if S&P can get above 5328 and break out, you'll overshoot it. But it has to be here, has to be this week. And just, again, we're back to letting the market give us the signals. Tough spot. It's been a tough 2 months of a lot of sideways grind as compared to the prior 6 or 8 months. But you're coming up to critical tests. I like what I see, though. You have a lot of patterns here to consider where the zones are clearly defined. Are we going to get the big summer rally? We'll know in about 2 days. All right, let's get to that other stuff. Yeah, we can get to VET and the rest of that stuff next time, guys. We'll talk about gold, all that. I mean, this is big stuff when we're just hitting today, this week. Let's see how we shape up by Thursday. All right. Thanks again for the session. Get over to harmonictrader.com, folks. And you have any questions, get to me on the Discord or harmonictrader@gmail.com. Thanks again. We'll catch you next time.